welcome back to another episode at Galactic Mystic. I'm your host, Candace, and today we're going to be talking about the new moon in Leo, the energy that it's possessing, and I'm also going to provide a collective reading in the end. I am also currently on Instagram Live doing this. I had the energy to go on live stream, and instead of me just recording the episode, I decided to go on Instagram, which is oddly enough. Normally I would go on TikTok, but I just was really called to come on here today. So I am here on live, and shout out to everyone that does show up and listen to this episode as I am currently going live with this. Right now, I do have about 3 oracle decks with 2 tarot decks for us to use. I have a coconut milk and patchouli candle burning, as well as a cypress kind of cedar incense working on here. So before we dive into the actual collective tarot reading, I do want to talk about the energy of this new moon in Leo. So the new moon in Leo is going to be happening tomorrow, July 28th, 2022. And it's going to be at 6:55 p.m. London time, 1:55 Eastern Standard Time, and then 11:55 Pacific Standard Time. And what I really like about this new moon in Leo is that this new moon has heavy on the energy of the number 5. And what I love about the energy of number 5 is that not only is it representing in both the sun and the moon, which would be in 5 degrees, the number 55 is prevalent in all of the timestamps for London, New York, and LA time. On top of that, Leo rules the 5th house. And then the number 5 literally represents like freedom and taking a pivotal point in your life. On top of that, just going back to the 5th house, the 5th house is all about romance, creativity, having fun, standing up for yourself, kind of being like a childlike, heavy on the royal energy because of Leo. So that also governs leaders and people in regards to our heart and how that correlates together. And so this energy of the new moon in Leo, in alone in itself, with just the number 5, is literally heavy throughout. On top of that, this energy really does add up to a lot of feeling more in love, being in love, being more presented in love, helping out others, and not being so much of a self-servitude, but more of a service to the collective in a big grand scheme kind of way. So that's very beautiful. On top of that, I just kind of want to go back to the numerology of this. So the date of 7/28/2022, it equals out to the number 23. 23 is considered the royal number. So 23 being also connection to Leo. Leos represent that royal leader-esque. And then also, if you were to break down 2 plus 3 equals 5, so then you just have the number 5 again, just seriously heavy throughout this entire new moon transit. So a lot of changes are literally being displayed upon us. And if we're taking this pivotal point in regards to our career or our love life or just our own self-representation, it will allow us to kind of just open up in a different way. And this different way is more in the energy of love and really basking in the extending that love to other people instead of it being solely on self. So on top of the number 5 being heavily prevalent throughout this entire transit, this transit is also allowing us to see a double trine in Jupiter. And Jupiter is actually going to be in the zodiac sign of Aries. So Jupiter governs Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. We then have Aries being prevalent here, and Aries is also a fire sign. And then we have the moon and the sun being in the zodiac sign of Leo, which is another fire sign. So again, heavy on this spark of new things happening, passions, moving forward, allowing your internal desire to really connect you to source or connect you to what you want. is really, again, heavy on this energy. Now, the energy of the new moon can be felt 3 days before and also 3 days after. So you're probably already feeling this energy of, I want a new beginning, I want something to change, I am ready for new endeavors as far as my creativity, or I'm ready for just a new experience in my life. And this experience that you're trying to cultivate is something that's an internal thing that you're wanting to feel, has nothing to do with an external people. It's all internally what you want to feel about self, and how that self is actually going to uplift other people, because it's you coming inward to go outward, if that makes sense. You're following your intuition, and that allows you to have that fire, that passion, that drive to really have that new beginning, which excludes to your exterior world and out to people that are around you. So it's just very beautiful. On top of that, we do have a lot of oppositions happening between Mars, Mercury, Uranus, Saturn, as well as the North Node. This is all forming a T square, and the T square is actually going to help you develop that internal power of having a more constant, like more cautious, serious conversations, not only with people in your inner circle, but then also allowing you to have a strong analysis about how you feel about self, about how you feel about freedom. What does freedom mean for you? It goes heavy in regards to what's going on in our world when it comes to the US. What are our leaders doing? And are our leaders actually leading? And if they're not leading, who needs to then step up to allow the right leadership that's per the energy of love to all, not to love of self-gratitude or self-servitude. On top of that, just to kind of end this energy of the new moon, we did just leave Cancer season, and Cancer season is, not so much about the tears and the emotions. I mean, it is, because it's ruled by Cancer, Cancer's ruled by the moon. So that emotional aspect is here. But as we're now into the Leo season is now allowing us to kind of wipe those tears away, because we understand a lot of the things that we had to hone in, especially if it has something to do with the mother energy, mother wounds, you only learning more about your own internal self, like your own wounds, that self-healing. It really does kind of push you forward into a new dynamic, and that new dynamic is you leaving the tears behind and not being so serious, but more into that more humor, that laughter, that expressive creativity, childlike energy. It's allowing you to kind of move into this energy now that we are in Leo season. And during this new moon in Leo, setting the intentions for fostering some type of connection to self, to love, to divine, will push you further into your alignment. Your alignment is basically waking you up from the illusion of self-serving to more service-serving. And that's pretty much what we've been talking about this entire time, but I just kind of wanted to wrap that up, because this energy really is trying to shift us in a different dynamic, especially if you are into spirituality. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you kind of are. So you're awakening in a different way, to where you're noticing a lot of the external things that don't match within you, and you're trying to connect to the things that are more internally connecting to you, which is that alignment. So again, between now and the next 3 days after the new moon, I would honestly I would love for you guys to connect to yourself doing different types of mindfulness meditation. And if you don't know any types of meditation other than, going, I would highly recommend that you listen to our other episode, which is the different ways for you to meditate. And if you allow yourself to meditate between now and then, it really allows you to really connect to that inner core of yourself. And again, that inner core of you self-loving yourself pushes that out to other people. It's just kind of like, the more you love you, the more you uplift, because it's not so much about I want. It's more or less like, how can I tend to my needs? And if I'm tending to my needs and allowing that creativity flow, or that passion, whatever it is that's calling to me to do, that excludes more love to myself and to other people, because I'm not so much of that I have to do this, or it's a part of my routine, or it's not fitting me right. It's more, I'm connected to myself, and this is what I want to do. This is how I'm connected to me. This is how I'm aligning to my own self. And this allows you to really move forward. So that is the energy of this new moon in Leo. Again, if you would like to listen to that meditation or the meditation in regards to how to meditate, or even just like the different forms of meditation, I will make sure to post this in the description box once this podcast episode has been released. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead now and shuffle the cards, or at least cleanse them. The tarot deck that I'm going to be using is Mystic Melodies, and I will make sure to put this as well as all the other cards that I use in the description box. So if you're curious or just want to, take a good look at it, then it will be available for you there. The other tarot deck that I'm using, this one is called 2020 Visions. This one is created by a beautiful Black woman, actually, and she does a lot of oracle decks and tarot decks that are kind of odd and unique, and I really love her style. It took me forever to actually get this particular oracle or tarot deck because it's actually been out of stock for a very long time. So I really love her deck. This deck only actually does major arcana, which is a new concept because when you think about it, you usually see all of the, Rider-Waite's version, the major and the minor, and I honestly never seen like a minor deck, which that may actually be an idea right there. Bing, bing, bing. I like how sometimes I just talk that stuff out loud. But yeah, so tarot decks are done. I kind of wanna, once we get to that deck, I'm going to shuffle that one, and we're gonna start off with that one. I think what I'm talking out loud as if you guys can see it. I want to start off with the oracle deck, the alien one. At least I call it the alien one. It doesn't have just alien. It has a lot of the astrological transits and planetary magic energy that has that deck. It's my alien deck, is what I call it. I like it because it's very different, and it provides like a more in-depth concept to what's going on. And as we just got done talking about the Leo new moon, I think this will be a great time for us to just dive into that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and cleanse this deck. Ooh, I wish you guys can smell my room. This candle that I bought yesterday at Hobby Lobby, Holy Toledo Batman, that thing smells divine. It is coconut milk with patchouli. I never even thought about having those two go together, but it is divine. I don't know why I said it like that, but it smells heaven to me right now. It smells really good. Okay, so we're going to start off with this deck. This is basically two different decks that I put into one, and I like how I cut the deck and you can see the two different decks. This one is more astrology based. This one is obviously more alien based. So I just really like utilizing these two together. I like to see the energies that it possesses or that it brings out more of, and it's just a very beautiful connection of that. So, my spiritual counsel, what message do you have for this collective in regards to this new moon in Leo? What message do you have for this collective? What do they need to... Okay. We just talked about Mercury a little bit and the information about the new moon in Leo. So the first card we have is Mercury Thoughts. I'm going to put this down here so you guys can see, and I'm also going to scoop these up. What messages? Okay. We have Grace, Tall, Organized, Intimidating. Also, Altarian, and I never really understood what that meant. I'm assuming like you have all the utilities. Then we have Capricorn, and it says the CEO. Let me just show you guys. This one. Ooh, we have Anunnaki, controlling drama, conflict, and interest. And then I want to do one more and just talk about this energy. Can I have one more cards, please? This one? And then we have Scorpio, the Enigma. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Sagittarius, the Explorer. Adventurous, destined places, free spirit, clever, travel, bold, blunt, impatient, argumentative, and independent. This is the bottom of the deck, is Sagittarius energy. Okay, heavily on tension. And it makes me kind of go back into what we were talking about in regards to how there is a lot of opposition during this transit. Again, we have Mercury, Mars, Uranus, Saturn, and the North Node T-squaring each other, which is, again, that power energy of like in push and pull. What is working out and what is working out? Is it matching my vibe or is it not matching my vibe? Is it helping the collective or is it self-serving? The energy between Mars, Mercury, Uranus, Saturn, and the North Node is really saying like there's a lot of fated events coming in. There's a lot of fated things that are supposed to happen right now. The only thing is when it happens, is it going to cause you more drama or conflict? Is it going to cause more issues for you? Or are you going to allow those issues to probably also help you in regards to your moving forward? Again, look, I just realized that the number 5 is on this Anunnaki card, and I was talking heavily at the beginning of this episode that the number 5 is literally throughout this new moon in Leo. I think that shit's funny. So it just confirms what I'm talking about, how much the energy from the planets above is really saying like there could be a lot of drama. There could be a lot of things and conflicts between your inner version and your out version, especially since I'm looking at the Anunnaki card and there's 2 people on here. One person is literally outside, whereas the other person is like more inward. It's more spiritual, it's more dark. So it really is like a duality here. Like what your internal feeling may not be exactly what your external is feeling and vice versa. So there may be this inner conflict within yourself that is kind of making it a little bit harder for you to kind of understand what your next moves are, what you should be doing, what shouldn't you be doing, what feels good, should I be doing that? And it kind of makes me want to pull up the Mercury card because your thoughts, create your emotions and your emotions create your actions. So if your thoughts during this transit is more negative or is causing more drama for you, then that's exactly what you're going to receive in regards to moving forward in this new moon. But if you're changing your thoughts and the way that you think about yourself, especially since I looked at the word perception, like if you're changing your perception about your current reality, like looking at it from a different point of view, allowing yourself to have that free flowing of communication, because maybe there's something within you that really needs to be spoken or what needs to be said out loud, but there may be this fearful energy about like, if I were to say it, then it's real. If I were to say this, then it becomes a little too much. Like, can I handle the truth if and when I actually do say that? So it just really feels like there's a lot of new perception being developed here. Look, and today is Wednesday. Wow. I forgot all about that. I love the synchronicities that I see in these things. Mercury's ruled by, it rules Gemini and Virgo as well, but it also rules Wednesday, which I talked about in my planetary magic. So very funny that I'm recording this on a Wednesday. Mercury shows up not only once, but twice in the Leo new moon energy. There's a new perception and a new form of communication that needs to be developed or that you are developing. Or there may also be something in regards to your education or research that will require you to kind of take things from a different perspective, especially since we have Sagittarius at the bottom of the deck. This kind of makes me think about like how Sagittarius loves philosophy and it loves like going to like that inner knowledge to understand things a lot more. They like colleges, they like that spiritual work. There may be something in there for someone in regards to you connecting to your thoughts in a more beautiful way when it comes to your new growth, relieving, removing, releasing the drama that may be coming in, and allowing yourself to become more of an alchemist with this process, especially since we have Scorpio here. Um, wow, okay, well, that sucks. Um, I have to pause for a moment because my phone just went off on the Instagram account, so just one moment. Okay, so we're back now. Phone has cooled down. I didn't want to continue this without going back on live because I thought that'd be messed up. So we're back on live. I was thinking, well, I wasn't thinking, I was looking at the clock before I push record and I noticed that the timestamp that I stopped at was 21:44. And 44 has literally been my number the last like few months. So I just thought that was very funny. So getting back to you guys' collective tarot reading. So as I mentioned before we got rudely interrupted by Instagram, we have the Scorpio energy here. And Scorpios are heavy on the energy of inner alchemy. Alchemy towards changing one's emotions from one thing to another and really allowing themselves to really grow from this butterfly cocoon stage, if you will, but in the forms of emotions, right? So as we were talking about changing the drama, changing your conflict of interest from that internal conflict that you may be experiencing through the Mars and Mercury opposition that's happening with the planets, there may be something internally within you that you're like, I want to change the structure, or I want to change the emotional connection that I have with self in a different way. And this is really beautiful because, in my opinion, if you're entering in this new moon energy of Leo and you're noticing that there's an internal conflict with yourself and you're trying to understand it to so that you're not repeating certain cycles or that you're not still going down this endless loop of like anger or sadness or frustration or where am I going? Like I feel bored, I'm lost. There's something that like internally my external does not match that, or externally my internal does not match that. So whatever it is that you may be feeling that inner conflict, especially again with that Anunnaki card being number 5, and it's for controlling drama and conflict of interest. There's something about you really understanding your aspect in regards to that. Now, getting over to the energy of Capricorn that we have here on the table, Capricorn um, are very driven. They are very into that. It doesn't matter how long it takes for me to get this. If this is something that I desire, then I'm going to go ham for this shit, regardless of who's in my way, what's in my way, and especially if it has something to do with my coin. If it has something to do with my finances in any capacity, I'm going to be working at it and I'm going to go hard for that shit. And as I'm looking at this, as it's connecting to the Grace Tall, which is a number 10, the way that I'm seeing this energy is, are you becoming more organized in regards to the things that you do want to put your mindset to? Are you paying attention to the things that actually make you more creative, that you feel more in tune to yourself, like that it's actually benefiting you for the long term? Capricorns are long-term investments. Capricorn only likes things that are going to benefit them in the long-term aspect. The words that are really standing out to me in this card are driven, stability, patience, persistence, ambitious, and detached. I feel the word detached just because what we were just speaking about you kind of understanding both sides of the spectrum, or both sides of your internal and external. So whatever it is that is not matching out to your internal or external, there's something about here that you're going to be detaching from that, which will give you a good insight about what you need to be working on, or what actually is something that you want to have within your own energy. Can I get some more cards in regards to this full moon and this new moon in Leo. Can I get some more cards in regards to this new moon in Leo? Venus. I just heard love is in the air every turn around. Especially for Taurus and Libras, I'm getting a heavy love energy for Taurus and Libra energy. Courtship is the word sticking out to me. Affection, sensuality, inspiration, self-worth. There's something about Libras and Taurus is meeting some people, or maybe their love for themselves really grows. Libra rules the 7th house. 7th house is about relationships, partnerships, contracts, things like that. So maybe in regards to your finances with this Capricorn, you may be experiencing or finding or connecting to people that are going to help you in regards to your business relation. Also, with that Taurus energy, something about that materialistic and you being really persistent about what you want and how it's coming in is really prevalent too, just because we do have that Capricorn energy. Then we do have Uranus. Uranus is also one of the planets we talked about earlier about how there's going to be some type of opposition that's creating from above, down. Ooh. It's creating an opposition for us down here below. And so this is very beautiful. It says Uranus breakthrough. I'm looking at the words change, originality, awakening, shocking, innovation, probably also unconventional too. It's very popping out for me too. I do also just want to say that there's a lot of zodiac signs on here. So you may be a Gemini or a Virgo, a Taurus or a Libra, an Aquarius, Capricorn, as well as a Scorpio. Bottom of the deck, we do have Venetians, which is like the Lover's card in tarot. That card is at the bottom, so kind of going heavy again with that Libra. Finding someone, some type of romance or a soulmate energy in regards to new courtship being displaced here. Can I get like 2 more cards, please? Thank you. The next card we have is Juno. This is commitment. Wow. I'm telling you, whoever is listening to this, if you are a Libra, there's something coming in for you. We have commitment, marriage, long-term relationships, fulfillment, compatibility, give and take, loyalty, partnerships, intimacy needs, soulmates, union, and it says the word June. So I don't know, well, we just passed June, so that can't be them, but the card is called Juno, so there you go. Oh my goodness. You guys, I look at the bottom of the deck, it's freaking Libra. I'm telling you, something about Libras are going to get some type of balance, love, energy, partnerships. Just Libra, you're getting some beautiful energy here. I'm going to put that out there. Wow, underneath the Libra card is unexpected, and it has the word comet. Significant events, realignment, messages, the unknown, and wild card. When I hear unknown, all I hear is like you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know. Underneath that, again, we have Sagittarius. This is super funny. I like this energy. Then we also have Starseed underneath Sagittarius. And then underneath that, we have North Node, which is all about the faith, destiny, life goals, journaling, journaling and journeys, The learning curve, also kind of getting over like karma, into no future. Starseed family members, I feel like a lot of you guys are becoming more in alignment to your said gifts, especially since we had the Anunnaki here. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the Anunnaki are a controversial topic, at least. I feel like that's an episode in and itself. But the Anunnaki, it's kind of like a give and take, an internal and external, like we've been saying. And I feel like with the starseed energy, there may be a lot of like you're probably really understanding like, yo, I am a starseed. Like there's something about me that is different. There's something about my energy that excludes a little bit of the alien energy. I'm not like quite human. And it may be that push and pull energy. Like, do I do the things that make me happy, that are in alignment to my starseed energy, or am I supposed to just ignore that feeling and just allow myself to be like a quote unquote human. And I'm just going to sit here and say that the bottom of the card of Starseed, it says self. It says memory as well as identity. It also equals out to the number 10. 3 plus 7 is 10. Then that equals out to a 1. So leadership is very important. We talked about leadership again with Leo, royalty, certain things happening. I just feel like Sagittarius, Libra for sure, you're getting a lot of changes. Capricorn, you're getting a lot of changes. Scorpio, Aquarius, there's a lot of changes in here coming in for you guys, and it's unexpected. It is unexpected change. It is something that you're not going to know how to probably deal with it, and that's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing. I like how I cut the deck, and the deck that I like, the card that's up is the 8th house, which is about transformation, and that is Scorpio energy. So I think that's really funny too. Also, the word I just caught from that is joint ventures at the bottom of the 8th house card. So very prevalent. Now let's go ahead and get into some tarot. We talked a lot about oracle stuff, so let's go ahead and get into the tarot cards and see what additional messages my spiritual council has for you in regards to this new moon in Leo. Wow, look at that. I cut the deck. I heard look. So I cut the deck, and with the deck we have the Ace of Cups, and then we also have the King of Wands. Water energy again with the Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and then the King of Wands, this is Sagittarius energy. So Sagittarius, you're really prevalent right now. So is the Scorpio energy. Who's meeting up? Fire and water seems to be meeting up with each other, and this seems to be some type of destined energy that's coming in, which is really beautiful. I'm really here for this kind of energy. Okay, so spiritual council, what message do you have for this collective in regards to this new moon in Leo? I heard success, baby, and the card that flew out, I don't know what it is. Wow. Because it was flipped out on the bottom. We have the 9 of Wands upright or reverse. I heard reverse. So we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Then we have the 2 of Cups. Change is all I'm hearing. A lot of destined change being done. The next card that came out is Justice, which is ruled by Leo. The Justice card just came out and is ruled by Libra. Again, on this heavy Libra energy is super prevalent in this reading. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Some of you guys are really tapped into your spirituality. Something about the starseed energy is coming back up again. Something about your purpose, especially since the North Node is also making that opposition between Mars, Mercury, Uranus that we were talking about earlier. So the North Node is a part of that energy. Faith and destiny. Something about you have this internal knowledge about what is happening. You probably don't know when it's happening. It's probably like you have this idea like, I know things are changing. I just don't know exactly when these things are changing. Well, I'm here to say I believe the energy between this new moon that there is heavy change being developed for you right now. And especially with this Justice card, this just makes me feel as if like you were allowing the universe or your spiritual council, your ancestors, God, divine, whoever, however you want to say them, you were allowing them to really take a hold of the things that were going on in your life that may not have been the things that you wanted to actually have happen, right? So instead of you getting involved in it, you have allowed them to really take a hold of the change, and you just been really focused on yourself, hence the 9 of Wands being a reverse. You're not looking at people or situations that would have caused more issues. Like, you're not being fearful of it. Like, if it was upright, you would still be in defense mode. You would still be in that, like, I have to protect myself. I have to, like, put all these wands up in front of me so that people can't get near me at all. But this card is up in reverse. So this really does tell me like you were moving past that inner conflict, that external conflict, the conflict with others, heavy again on that internal external feeling about what you want and what actually fits, and moving in that energy. There is this healing here with this Two of Cups. I feel like it's an inner healing. I don't really feel like this is like you meeting with other people. I mean, it could, but I feel like this is an eternal connection. Instead of you fighting, yeah. Especially since now I'm looking at it, there's literally on this card a lion up top. I mean, it could mean two things. I'm getting two energies now. It could mean that you're meeting your said person underneath this Leo new moon. A soulmate, especially since the way that this card is represented, there is a snake, which is a kundalini, and it's wrapped between the two cups. The two cups are golden, kind of getting back into that royalty energy. And I feel like this energy of the new moon, you're either meeting your soulmate person, or as we've been talking about this entire reading and through the energy of Leo, that you are either connecting to yourself in a more deeper way to where you're not second guessing like what your next steps are, but you're really in tune to like the internal and the external so that they match up and it's not necessarily one thing or the other. That's really beautiful, and that's just literally the first three cards. The fact that we're getting all of this really does say something to me in a very beautiful way, and I'm going to keep the Hierophant out, but it's just this Leo energy on top of this Two of Cups. We have the Justice card with Libra, and we had literally Libra displayed throughout the Oracle cards we just went through. We also have the Four of Cups here, kind of going back into that energy we were talking about with you kind of ignoring or not really assessing or taking the time to understand your inner feelings. There's something here about that changing with the Four of Cups in reverse, because usually with the Four of Cups upright, this is where you are ignoring your emotions in regards to how you're feeling about people, situations. And with it being in reverse, this really is saying that, no, you're saying, I'm done with it. Yeah. Underneath the deck, we have the Ten of Swords upright. So it's just heavy again on this energy about like you really are releasing a lot during this new moon in Leo. You're releasing a lot of emotional baggages that really don't vibe with you anymore. And you're mentally letting go a lot of things that are just not vibing with you anymore. You are connecting to your higher self. You're allowing your spiritual family to really take care of you. You're not doing that inner conflict anymore. You are really changing a lot of dynamic and situations within yourself. And it's really beautiful because it's a change. And I like how this cat on this card is literally saying like, I'm out with the two deuces. So I just think it's very funny that this card is in relation to that. Like I really do feel that you guys are emotionally and mentally are saying, I'm fucking done. And I would rather try doing the things that I'm intuitively connecting to my higher self, the things that are making me feel good, my spirituality, whatever and however that feels for you. You are connecting to that a lot more than allowing the drama, the emotional baggage, the physical baggage, the things that just don't fit you no more. You're not allowing that to stay still. Yeah. Can we just say, can we just... The Strength card, yo. Ruled by Leo. It's an internal strength, not an external strength. This is an internal battle of you coming to terms with your own shit. The the Judgment card came out with the Strength card. Two major arcanas, two major events, two major archetype energy here. The Judgment is literally you saying, I am open and willing and ready for this change. And I don't know how this change is going to come about, but what I do know is that the past shit is just not for me anymore. So if that means I have to leave everything behind and become literally naked to the bare bones, then I would rather do that than to me stay in something or allow myself to be in situations that are not helping me in any sort of way. And then on top of that, with the Strength card, again, this is an internal strength. This is you tapping into that internal mobility. Like, I'm gonna do everything that I possibly can to make sure that I stay in this particular spot. I'm gonna do everything that I can to sense and understand what I need to let go emotionally so that I'm not repeating these cycles. And then I'm catching myself when I'm seeing myself go back into these cycles. I'm seeing those emotional triggers. I'm allowing myself to really heal from them. I'm just not going backwards to how things used to be. And I'm allowing myself to be more in tune to the things that I want to do that's in connection to me. Especially again with this Leo energy of Leo being creativity, inner childlike, freedom, happiness, pure love, joy. There's something about you being really grounded in yourself, really content about yourself, healing a different aspect about yourself. And it's all because you're having this internal strength about you. It's not so much anything else anymore. I'm also getting heavy because of these two cards are right below each other, the Two of Cups and the Strength card. We again have a female with a masculine. I feel like the feminine is very feminine, and the masculine in this soulmate energy that I'm picking up is really a masculine in regards to that fire sign. So either a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. I talked about that earlier in regards to all of the energies of the planets and how they're in the zodiac sign of a fire sign, or it is in ruling of a fire sign. So heavy on the fire sign, heavy on the Libra energy. Heavy on the Libra energy. This is at the bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. A lot of change is coming in for those two zodiac signs. I'm getting that heavily right now. What is some more information? Okay. Wow. You guys literally have a beginning with the Ace of Cups, and then you also have like a beautiful more beginning with the Ten of Cups. Whew. Whoever this is for, whoever is seeing this, you guys are entering in this new moon in Leo, a lot of love, a lot of different of self-realization, connecting to what you really want, connecting to what you really are looking for. The universe is looking it for you too. There's a big change coming in for a lot of people. And this change is really beautiful because it's allowing you to really be happy. Like truly blessed, balanced, connection. We have the Six of Cups that came out. Balance. I'm just going to keep saying that. This card, first of all, any sixes, it's all about balance and duality, one thing for the other. And if we have the Six of Cups where someone is giving you a cup and you are then also giving your cup, it is a balance, it's a duality, it is, we are emotionally exchanging to the energy together. It's a connective energy. And I feel that heavily for you guys with the Six of Cups. Then we also have the World card at the bottom of the deck. So heavy on the fixed signs too. We have Aquarius, which we had earlier in the Oracle deck. We have Scorpio. We have Leo. We have Leo, and then we also have Taurus. We also had all four of these zodiac signs in the Oracle cards. So again, these zodiac signs are really getting heavy on certain changes. Things that they have been wanting for a very long time is coming in. Yeah, especially after this period of, like we've been talking about, like this self-sabotage or allowing other people to sabotage you. Underneath the World card was the Devil. So yeah, removing yourself from a lot of things, like I've been saying this entire reading, and entering in new stuff that is in alignment to you, in alignment to what you have been manifesting, is very heavy right now. Someone's going to be receiving some type of message. We have the Page of Swords. And if it's not you receive a message from this person or a connection happening here, this is you taking your life and looking at it from a fresh perspective. especially coming out from that mental block that you may have had experienced. There's something here about you changing your mental. You're changing your mental, period. The pages come after the tens, and it's because of the pages that you're able to look at your life differently from what you just experienced. So if we had the Ten of Swords earlier at the bottom of the deck, right? You're finally saying I'm out, deuces to the toxicity and the things that just are not vibing for you. You are now then utilizing that energy, excuse me, you're now utilizing that energy from the page and saying, okay, I know all of the hard stuff that I just went to with all these mountains. I know all the hard things I've just experienced. So because of that hard experiences, I know now how to look at my life or look at the next steps in a way that's more in tune. It's more connecting. It's more, it just makes more sense. Like, I don't know if you ever heard me say, but I always say, like, make it make sense. And I feel like now that you guys have that clarity with that Ten of Swords, you're entering into the Page of Swords. You have now the knowledge that is making it make more sense. I don't know what else to say other than at the bottom of the deck, you have another Ten of Pentacles. Family. I don't know who this is for, but you guys are getting a lot of beautiful blessings. Not only are you getting that emotional fulfillment, you're also getting that monetary fulfillment. And this is coming out of a period with the Nine of Cups where you felt like a lot of things were not given to you or that your wishes were not being granted. The Nine of Cups is in reverse, so that's why I said, like, you may have come from a feeling of things never work out for me, I never get my thing, everything always happens to other people. And I feel like that inner knowledge, that mental knowledge of saying I want something different and being in that energy with this Page of Swords, it's allowing you to move into a new direction with this new moon in Leo to where your finances are now becoming more intact. Your emotional connections with other people and with self is now intact. There's a lot of change. The last two cards that came out are two major arcanas again. And again, this I feel like is for two. These are two different energies, but for sure you have the Lovers. And I said to you guys earlier how we pulled out the Venetians in the Oracle deck, and I said the Venetians is literally the same energy of the Lovers. It's romance, it's partnership, it's empathetic energy. It is two people coming together who are healed. Who are healed. I just want to put that out there. This is not old flames. This is not twin flames. This is new love. This is freshness. This is long time coming of these two energies finally meeting each other. Wow, I just got that connection. Just realized that the number 24, that equals number 6. The Lovers is the number 6 in tarot. This is for somebody. Someone about to get booed up. Booed up, booed up. Y'all about to get booed up. Someone in here who's ever listening to this reading, you're about to get booed the fuck up because heavy on the soulmate and people just coming together like longevity and like, I don't know. There's just something about change here being developed. And getting into the Fool card, the Fool is all about new beginnings. It's about saying, YOLO, fuck it. Like, I don't know how things are going to go, but I know me staying where I'm at is not popping. So I'd rather move forward in a new direction, and I'm just going to take one step at a time. Literally have no idea where it's taking me, but if I take one step at a time, at least I know I'm moving in that direction. And as I look on the clock, it says 9:44. 44 has been heavy on me, as I spoke about earlier. So it's just divine timing, and this is for somebody. This is very beautiful. If it's not in regards to, again, a Lovers, like a new path in that way, if you are with a person, or maybe you're just connecting more to the Page of Swords energy and the Nine of Wands in reverse, where you're closing out a chapter of you not believing in stuff and really tapping into you. Regardless, this is a new energy that you're moving into with the Leo new moon. Underneath this Fool card, it's absolute change is coming in. Oh. So, let's now go ahead and dive into some more Oracle cards. We're going to use the Intuitive Luna Oracle deck. And let's see what moon energy you guys are entering in. Well, the first one that came out is self-care, and that self-care card is podcast. So I think that's amazing sauce. If you're listening to this on a podcast episode today, you're already doing self-care. If it's not me, then absolutely dive into some different types of podcast energy. Change your music and change your frequency. Especially if you've been feeling stagnant lately, I think you tapping into that is really going to help out. Bottom of the deck, we do have manifesting boss bitch mentality. So keep hustling. This kind of makes me, confirmation bird. This kind of makes me go back into how we had Capricorn. And the Capricorn card is all, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Here we go. So we had the Capricorn card, and it has CEOOOO. So really, this energy about you hustling and working towards the thing that you want, really putting the energy towards what you want to create and have that seed really manifest a lot faster, a lot more is really beautiful. Again, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles here, there is this energy about your finances really are changing for the better. And it's not necessarily something that you need to worry about because you're in alignment to what your creativity and your passions are. It's not that you do anything different. Virgo moon, all I heard is don't be so critical with yourself or other people. Try to be a little bit more easy on yourself in regards to how you're feeling or how other people are feeling. This is also kind of in relation to your own healing. If you're coming from this Nine of Wands in reverse, there's no reason for you to be really analytical or even nasty to people, especially if you're letting that go. And the shadow side of Virgo is that critical, anal-esque energy where they feel like they have to be right and things have to go their way. It really doesn't. It's just the way that their mind works and they think they know everything, but sometimes they really don't. And this is coming from a Virgo rising, so I feel like I can say this, without being biased, but at the same time, I feel like that shadow energy of Virgo is what they're asking you to really be, work out on that. Then we have take a nap, self-care, sleep, baby. If some of you guys are not sleeping or taking care of yourself, I would love for you guys to really take care of you and get the nap and sleep that you need. Right now, you've probably been feeling pretty sluggish anyway, just because of the new moon. You may be feeling really like, I just want to take a nap. Take a nap. You may be a little exhausted than you actually are aware of. I heard yes on this one. Aquarius. Second time we got Aquarius. Third time actually that we got Aquarius. Aquarius. Ooh. For this one. Do the opposite of how Aquarius are. Sometimes Aquarius. Not sometimes. Aquariuses can be absolutely self-involved within themselves. And as we spoke about earlier with this Leo new moon and how the energy is really about you connected to your inner source, that inner love, and that inner love allows you to exclude that to other people. I think the energy of what is being displayed here is don't be so self-centered about yourself. Aquarius also rules the 11th house, and the 11th house is all about community, people, friendships, things helping out with society. So again, this whole energy about changing your dynamic about your internal self allows you to really see how the external life that you're in, how what you put into yourself excludes more to the outside. So the more you're doing that, the more you're uplifting the collective and the whole. Then we have the new moon, fresh starts, new beginnings. I love that energy. It's just kind of confirming what we're talking about today. We are in the energy of new stuff coming in, new people, obviously new love, new money, new beginnings are being developed here. I also just heard, if you don't know what to manifest, sometimes you don't need to manifest anything. Your intentions for just having a new month and a new feeling of self is good enough. You don't have to physically put in intention and do candle magic or do any type of magic. You cleaning up your home and tuning into your own space and being creative is enough in itself. I heard a few more cards from this deck and then this one? Then we'll move on. Dude, Libra. I swear to Jesus. Who is a Libra in here? Who is a Libra in here? What is happening? Libra moons. I just heard continue to balance your emotions. Continue to balance your emotions and your mindset. What you're doing is healing, and what you're doing is opening a lot more boundaries and a lot more things to be entering in, especially since we have the lovers here. There seems to be someone or something entering in your space because you have balanced out your emotions and your mental capacity. What I love about Libra moons is that it has to make sense both mentally and emotionally, and if it doesn't make sense either way, they don't move forward. So the fact that that's coming out really does say that you have worked on both your mental and your emotion, to where if and when people come in, you're not second guessing your own worth. You already know who your worth is and what you're doing. That's it? Okay, I heard that's it. For some of you guys who are working on that internal battle, continue to work on your self-sabotage. You may be your own blocker from your own beautiful blessings. Ooh, and underneath that is family. And then underneath that is a Leo moon. Look at that. Underneath that is a Leo moon. Take care of yourself in the next couple days. Usually what I would say is go in hard, because Leos are super intuitive and attentive to people they consider family. They go ham for them. They will do anything that they can. They will be the life of the party. They will extend their love as much as they possibly can for the people. But because we have 2 blockages cards that came up on top, this ultimately makes me feel like, you know what, sometimes family can be the reason why we feel like we don't belong or feel like we are not a mistake. I heard that word in my head, but some of you guys may have felt that. But I feel like, family doesn't necessarily mean blood family. And even though they're blood family, doesn't necessarily mean that they have your best interest at heart. You have your best interest at heart. And there's something about family and your own self-sabotage that may be blocking you from you receiving any type of manifestations or blessings that you have been trying to receive in your own reality. So journal about that. That's what I'm getting from that. Journal about how you're feeling about yourself and how your family has had a role in regards to your current reality, whether that be thoughts, the way that you dress, the way you live, the people that are around you, anything in that regards. I would take a look at that and let yourself see what those energies are. Then we have first quarter, which is take actionable steps. I heard take steps towards your change, and I think that's for those people in regards to the self-sabotage. Take actionable steps to you actually changing your reality. No one else can do it for you but you, baby. So in order for you to really connect to yourself, you got to take actionable steps. Next, we do have meditation as a form of self-care. As I mentioned earlier when we were talking about the energy of the new moon in Leo, it is probably best that if you can't meditate, then I would highly, again, have you listen to my other ways to meditate episode, to where you can connect in a different way to your mind and see where you need to be going in your next direction. But meditation for sure. Meditate during this new moon in Leo. Get the clarity that you need. Your inner knowing, your inner being knows what you need to do. Wow. Okay. And I can't. This is now... This is literally now the 4th time we done got a card about soulmate. Someone in this deck, someone in this reading is literally entering in soulmate energy. Congratulations is what I want to say. Congratulations on you finding your soulmate or having that intimate connection with somebody. We done had manifesting soulmate card, we had the lovers card, we had the Venetians card. There's so much love in the air for whoever this is for, but there's beautiful energy here. So congratulations, baby. Congratulations. I'm gonna, if I can pick it up. Okay, I can't. slide it down here. Okay, let's get into the next tarot deck. This deck only presents major arcana. So what are the final messages in regards to this new moon in Leo? What is the final messages in new moon in Leo? We also have judgment again. So again, you kind of coming to your own terms with stuff is heavy here. Self-realization, self-understanding that self-sabotage is probably really related to that judgment. What are you doing? What has happened? What do you need to be working on? Whoever this is for, this is the second time you got the judgment card. Work on yourself, baby. You want something different? That means you got to work on yourself. This one? Ooh, immediate change with the Tower card. Immediate change. And they're making me look up top how there's two dots up here on the Tower. That's for that soulmate energy. There's the soulmate energy. There is going to be ruckus. It is going to be instant. It is going to be explosive. It is going to be unexpected. It's unexpected. We done have Justice card again. All I heard was that your family's got your back. Especially since like her fist is literally up. It's not like holding a candle or like a flame, how the original Statue of Liberty card or the Statue of Liberty is. But as this card, she like her fingers are folded down. So I feel like that was for, that's funny how they have that. They got your back. Your family's got your back. I also heard there's no need to worry about certain things. Like let them take it. And if there's any worry or doubt about anything, then that's when you need to really allow yourself to become free. I cannot. Y'all done got the Lovers card again. Y'all done got the Lovers card again. Love is in the air. Everywhere I turn around, there is legit love. Wowzers. That's a lot. Underneath that, though, we do have the Sun card. I feel like that's kind of with the Lovers. There's a lot of heat, a lot of steam, a lot of passion, a lot of new things coming in. Lovers. I don't know who you are, but congratulations. Underneath that, we do have the Strength card too. So again, that Leo energy is really heavy. Really heavy here. Fire energy for sure, especially since we have the fire. That's fire. Fire signs. Y'all about to get some love. Y'all about to get some love. The next card that came out is the Hierophant. All I'm getting from the Hierophant is make sure that you are tapping into self and tapping into source. Whoever source is for you. Tap in. Ask for that guidance. You want to know more knowledge about what's happening? Ask. And then be open to receiving whatever that answer is. The Moon, and some things are going to be hidden, especially if you are in that lover category where you really feel in tune to that. I feel heavy though. The energies of the Lovers are Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Leos. Heavy on the water and fire signs that are entering in this abundance of love. With the Moon card though, there is a lot of things that are not supposed to be shown to you. Yes, look at that. Some things are not meant to be shown to you. Bottom of the deck is the Hangman, and the Hangman has like an eye, but it's like crossed out for like, you know how you go on TikTok or anything where it may say like sensitive content, so it kind of blocks it up, it blurs, and it says it has like that eye. That's the image that is on this card right now. And as I was literally just saying, some things with this moon, Something with the Leo new moon, there's going to be some things that you're not meant to know. You're not meant to see. Hence this Tower card really being here and hitting you fast. You're not going to know how and when it happens. It's just going to happen. I heard 2 more cards are going to come out, and that's going to be the end for this deck. And then we'll finalize with some 8-ball questions. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. That inner knowing, again, is really heavy for you guys. Like, the external world doesn't match my internal world. And if it's not matching, how can I change the dynamic so that it actually is matching? Because there's something about you intuitively understanding, like, your good and your bad, the ego and the feminine, like those dualities in a sense, and like connecting to those in a lot deeper way. Also getting heavy again on the starseed energy with all this, because these are all the stars for the zodiac signs. So I'm getting heavy like starseed energy again about you tapping into your purpose and how that correlates to your current reality. Like, does it match? Does it match, period, or question? Does it match your internal feeling about what you need to be doing for the collective or what you need to be doing for yourself? And does that match your exterior world as well? Getting heavy on those energies too. So it's very beautiful between the High Priestess here. Wow. And then we have the Emperor right underneath it. So it's just like more beautiful energy of like tuning in, your abundance grows, working on your abundance allows you to tap in. A lot of beautiful duality here. Heavy on the Scorpio energy again, and heavy on the Capricorn energy again. We both had Capricorn earlier with the Capricorn CEO, and then we also had, where is it at? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Where'd it go? We had the Scorpio card earlier. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened, but the 2 cards that came out last is the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. And then we also have the Devil in reverse, which is Capricorn. So Capricorn energy, I'm getting heavy, like things are being removed from your path, right? Like the past no longer fucks with you the way that it used to fuck with you. Period. And I'm really saying that because it's a Death card. Scorpio energy, transformation, change, allowing things to move in, allowing things to let go, not being afraid of letting new things in. So with these 2 cards coming out together, I'm like, hell yeah, that absolutely matches the energy of, the past no longer has a hold on you. And you're allowing the past to really let go, and you're not tapping into it anymore because it doesn't fit you anymore, not like that. You're changing, and because of your change, you're allowing change in. You're not fearful of the change. Okay, so Spirit guides, what is the final message for this collective? What is the final message? Ooh, it says loosen your grip. Get it, going back to that Virgo energy, they're saying loosen up your grip. You don't have to be so anal or so analytical about things. Let yourself be free. It doesn't have to be this hard. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. The card that came out says pick the following card, and the card that's on top, it says trust you already know. Trust you already know. Kind of making me go back into that Hierophant card, you know, like you already know what's happening. You already know what's coming in. You just have to trust the process. Trust the process. Trust how things are moving in, how things are not moving. Maybe some things need to be stagnant. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to receive that thing that you thought you wanted. Maybe there's something else that you are due to receive. We have shed and release. I like how I put that shed and release right in between the devil in reverse and the death card upright. Shed and release, baby. There's a lot of things that are not meant for you. And because of that, there's a lot of things that you can let go of. Like, you don't have to keep that same energy within you if it's not fitting you. And especially if this is an internal conflict, it's not somebody else or situation. It's all about you, because again, we have that self-sabotage at the bottom of the deck. Let yourself be. That's this one. And I heard that's it. Bottom of the deck we have visualize your desire. Visualize your desire. Before I get into the last two cards of your guys' reading, attune to your needs, okay. And cut through to find clarity. Okay. These three cards at the bottom of the deck really are telling me to tell you, with the cut through to get the clarity, meditate, connect to self, so you can understand exactly what you need to let go or exactly what you're trying to manifest. Like, figure that out. With the tune to your needs, do some self-care, love on yourself, tune into your energy right now. I've been talking about this entire reading or even in the beginning, we were talking about the energy of the new moon in Leo. This energy is like, the more you are loving on yourself with this self-love from the internal aspect, which is source energy, which is you, universe, God, you are love. So the more you are tending to your love, the more you are tapping into that energy. And then visualize your desire. This is, I feel like for those of you who are artists or who like to draw or paint or anything that would go beyond your creativity, there's something here that maybe your creativity is going to help you visualize your desires a lot easier. So maybe after you're doing that meditation, you're utilizing what you saw or what you felt to really create something beautiful on a canvas, or maybe you're utilizing it to pinpoint exactly where you want to go. Maybe it's a landscape that you paint and you're like, I've never been there before. Where is this at? And then you go look it up on the internet and you find that it's like in Costa Rica or something. I don't know. But there's something here about you visualizing your desire allows your desires to come in a lot faster, because you're attuning to that frequency, that feeling, the emotions, you're being more detailed about what you want to desire, instead of you just saying, oh, I desire finances. Like, I desire more money. Well, what about that though? Like, what about that desire is that you want within that? It's like become a little bit more descriptive about it. And that's how you really speak it. Like, speak it. That's how you really speak it into existence. That's how you really allow yourself to really step into that new timeline. This frequency of abundance all over, or love all over, or just freedom of your own mental cage. Whatever this is, there's something about you speaking into existence, visualizing what you want, and tapping into it. And the last card that came out for you guys is yes, yes, yes. So yes. Yes, there's a lot of things coming in, and it's very beautiful. So congratulations again to all the people who are going to be meeting their soulmates, if it's romantic or if it's for work or platonic. Regardless, you are meeting people that are meant to be in your life. Be open to receiving those people into your life. If you worked on yourself for a very long time, then you being open to receiving shouldn't be such an issue, because you're open, you're ready for new stuff. If you are the ones that are working on yourself and trying to connect more, connect, journal, meditate, learn what your family and your own blockages are, so that you can move forward in this new moon in the energy of more abundance, more love to self. You're free of the past and not necessarily allowing yourself to be stuck in one energy and then not the other. As I'm saying this, is now 10:10. It is 10:10 on the clock. That's 2-2. Beautiful energy, y'all, with the 10:10 and the 2-2 ending right here at the end of this episode. So thank you so much, everyone who listened and wanted to watch on Instagram Live, but this is going to be the end of the podcast episode. Thank you so much for listening. I truly hope you guys have a beautiful new moon in Leo. meditate, connect to self, release what doesn't fit, and allow yourself to really be open to receiving new love in your way. Um, and that's all I got for you. I wish you guys so much love and light, and happy new moon. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys at our next episode. Mwah.